Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I feel a great honor to be here speaking to you today on this very special day of your graduation. So, as you go forth in this transition of life, I'd like to pose a question for you. I want you to think and ask yourself, how can you be greater than yourself? How can you be greater than yourself? And that is what I'd like to spend the next 10 minutes speaking about. I'm going to share my perspectives on this, and I'm going to talk about 3 values which I think are critical for you in achieving this. Purpose, passion, and profits. The 3 P's. Not the 4 P's of marketing, for those of you who've done marketing. Okay? And I'm going to use some examples from my background to share some illustrations of this. So, let's talk about the first thing, purpose. As the Chancellor mentioned, I came out here as a foreign student, just like most of you, 32 years ago. I spent the first 10 years of my working life in Australia working in a number of different sales and marketing roles. And then in 1990, in Australia, we had a recession. Now, most of you will be too young to remember this. You're probably not born then. But we had a recession, and the company I was with collapsed. I was out of a job. I was between opportunities, as they put it at that time. Okay? I did a number of things over those 12 months when I was looking for work. I worked in a restaurant, from which I got fired. I'm not proud of that, but it was really hard work working in a restaurant. I did some odd jobs. I drove a cab for a while. But one of the things I did in that time was I actually did some assessments to find out what were my core values and what was it that was important for me. And one of the things that I discovered was that teaching, training, and consulting were very much part of my core values. My parents were teachers. My grandfather was a teacher. So it was one of those jobs I said I would never do. Okay, you get what I mean? Okay, I would never do the same thing as my parents. But I decided to switch my careers. As Professor Bowman said, you may have to change your careers 5 times. I did that. I went back to school. I studied to do my Master's of Education. I found that my purpose was really around education. And that's what I embarked on then. First thing. Now, purpose, when you're clear of your purpose, it then gives you energy to have passion. And what is passion? When I was looking for a topic for my master's thesis, someone suggested the topic of cultural diversity. I'd never come across this before. I did some reading on it, and the topic really resonated with me. Having come and being brought up in Malaysia, in multi-ethnic Malaysia, being really familiar with working across cultures, it really made sense to me that this was really important. So therefore, I started consulting in that area. And I've been consulting in that area now for 16 years. Because I truly believe that cultural diversity is one of those things that is going to become more and more important as we progress. Once again, Professor Bowman spoke about the fact that you are global. You will be working globally, and you are going to be interacting with people of different cultures, as you've already done in your time here at the university. I've had the privilege of working now in more than 40 countries, had the privilege of working with some Fortune 100 companies, and also some small not-for-profit organizations. The range that I've worked in. And it's been really fantastic because I feel like I'm really passionate about this field. So passion gives you the energy to go forth. Now, if you have purpose and you have passion, the 3rd P is about profit. You need to make profit. Now, this does not mean you have to be in business. I'm talking about as an individual. You will go out and start working and you will earn a salary. Now, it is not how much money you earn, but it is what you do with what you earn. Okay? It's not how much money you earn, but it's what you do with what you earn. So in my time when I was working in financial services, I learned something. Key thing is to pay yourself first. So when you earn your salary, take 10% and put it into some long-term savings. And you will see the magic of compound interest at work. Put 10% out of every salary and don't touch it. And over a period of 25 to 35 years, which I know seems a long way away, sitting there, but believe me, it comes by very quickly, you will see that it will grow to be a big amount, which will give you some financial security. Now, if you can put 10% away for yourself, give 10% of your income away. That's what we call tithing. Tithe 10% of your money for causes that you feel are important. We are privileged, ladies and gentlemen. We have an education. 6.5 billion people on this planet. And we are a very few percentage of those people who are tertiary educated. So, give some money away for causes that you support, 10%. Also in tithing, tithe some of your time. Give away 10% of your time for causes that you think is important. Help organizations, help communities. In that way, you transfer your skills and you make a contribution. So if you do those things, find out what your purpose is, find out what you're passionate about, and look at what you need to put in place to put your profits, you're going to be greater than yourself. You will then be able to make a contribution to the world, to the organizations you work with, to the communities you live in, and to your family and friends. You are here today because you have worked hard over the last few years to earn your degree. I look behind us and I see your families, your parents, your friends, your grandparents who have sacrificed to help you study. All parents want their children to do better than them. All parents want our children to be greater than us. And that is what your parents have done for you. So, do remember to thank them for this as you are now embarking on your own journey. How can I be greater than myself? That is the question I leave you with. Ladies and gentlemen, you have done well. Stand tall. Be proud. I take my hat off to you. Thank you.